I was going to touch base on the fear level for a minute because part of the fear level, it's the hypothetical essence of fear is an illusion. Well, if we can toss all of that into the ether for a minute, because fear is not an illusion. I just want to be very clear with you. Fear is not an illusion. Fear is very abstract. Fear is also such a beautiful, beautiful abstract state that becomes very overwhelming, that becomes very, very finite. Fear is a presence. Fear is a live deity. Fear is super duper overwhelming. Fear begins to shut down your physicality. Fear begins to slow you down. Fear begins to shut down the organ levels of your physicality. Fear also begins to shut down your physicality as a whole. It's also what you would call the gray matter of the brain scenario. It starts to let the gray matter of the brain scenario start to shut down the brain chemistries. It lets the brain chemistry be in a certain harmonious state of letting the brain chemistry operate in less than 10% of the brain. Remember, fear, it's not an illusion. If it was an illusion, you wouldn't feel it, you wouldn't taste it, you wouldn't see it. So let's skip that whole metaphysical phrase that fear is an illusion. If I was holding a knife on your physicality, I would say that knife's pretty darn real if you ask me. Now, truthfully, it's just particles of consciousness. But regardless, that knife is pretty darn real when you're playing with dense matter principles. So why don't we all just agree for a minute that that knife is pretty darn real when it comes to physical manifestation. So fear is a conglomerate. How much power it's given is a whole other story. How much you get to look at it right in the eye and decide right here and now that it owns you or it doesn't. That's the fun part. How much does it own you? And how much do you, and are you, not going to let it own you any longer? Because now we're really playing with the truth of the truth of the truth of your life stream, your freedom. Because now that we're playing with the truth of the truth of the truth of your life stream, your freedom. Doesn't matter if it's abundance, doesn't matter if it's relationships, doesn't matter. But is it going to own you? That's what it comes down to. Is mortality going to own you? Is the physical going to own you? Is abundance, the lack of, going to own you? Are Job positions going to own you? Is the car vehicles going to own you? Are the palaces going to own you? Wow. Is the disease going to own you? Is your partnerships going to own you? Is the little ones going to own you? What is going to own you? So let's look at it right here in the eyes. What are we willing to let own you?